Ever seen awful movies like this pathetic scenes when child is getting abused or soldier is screaming or like yelling from his pain during war, or maybe like a woman getting raped, and you see all these scenes, like you're gonna get emotional. I mean, we're all gonna get emotional. We're not gonna be like, dude, did you see that movie? Like, oh my god, like it was so fun. People are dying. People are in blood. We're not going to say that. We're not watching Kevin Hart's, right? We're not listening to Russell Peters. We're going to get emotional. We're going to... Some people even cry. Like, they really, get emotional. And then, after watching for a while, after the movie ends, they wipe their tears. They be like, I shouldn't have gotten so emotional about this. I mean, those are just actors. It's not reality. This is just a movie. Unfortunately, but I mean, those scenes someday were real, right? Someday were real, and the reason I brought this example as an introduction because someday my culture and my grandparents have seen this harsh life. They have been in injustice life, inhuman. So let me just give you a little story about my culture. At the end of 19th century and the beginning of 20th century, Turkey was ruling Armenia, just like UK was ruling India someday, right? Just the same way, but Turkey was ruling Armenia. And if when culture rules culture, they force them to do whatever they want. They pay higher taxes than the other ones and stuff like that. So there were inequality. And Armenians were smart people. I mean, I'm not saying because I'm Armenian, but that's the reality. There were smart people. There were doctors, engineers, lawyers, politicians. So they were strong. They were smart people. And Turkey got in fear. They were feeling threat against Armenian culture. They were like, what if those people get so strong and we're not going to be free anymore? Let's just kill them, all these people. At that time, over 2 million Armenians were living in Western Armenia, which was in the Turkish Empire. 1.5 million Armenians got killed by Ottoman Turkish empires. So it's like the three-quarter. Unfortunately, they sent them to the desert without food or water. Little babies, they throw them in the fire. And what else? Women got raped. This bad stuff happened. Only 500,000 Armenians got survived by walking through the desert, and I'm one of those. I'm grandchild of one of those survivors. So it's a bad story. Since then, Turkey has denied Armenian genocide, and it's always making excuses by saying, "Oh, that was not a genocide. That was not. That was just a war." So there's a big difference between war and genocide, right? Genocide basically it's killing entire nation, entire culture, just disappearing. I mean, can anyone give me little difference between war and genocide? Basically, basic idea, the easiest way to explain, war happens between two military powers, right? Mm-hmm. The genocide is between a military power and civilians. So it's so obvious that it was a genocide, it was a war against civilians, against innocent people. Yeah, so it was against civilians, and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, are you guys familiar with this name? I mean, if you guys are not familiar, it's better, you don't want to be familiar with criminals. Just kidding. And then, so it's basically, all right, so when he gives a speech, he tries to escape from this subject. He tries to cover the truth. Because if he's going to say genocide, it's going to be a problem to them because we're going to demand our lands. So he's saying war. He's saying that, because, all right, so genocide happens in World War I. So he's just, the best excuse to say was war. So, unfortunately. But I don't get much disappointed about Turkish denial as much as United States one. We're living in the best country in the world. world, which has equality, human rights, justice, everything. It's extremely disappointing and shameful when the United States denies such a crime. I mean, it's a crime, it's against humanity, but there's actually a reason why the United States is doing this. Turkey is a very important ally to the United States, and the reason is because the most important reason, the United States has huge military power inside Turkish lands. This is the first and the main reason. And second, Turkey is a NATO member. NATO member. My accent, sorry, excuse me. And so that's like this both, like there's a good relationship between the United States and Turkey. You know, like military benefits, economy benefits. So when he's going to talk about Armenian genocide, the relationship is going to be bad. So he's just kind of hiding the truth again. Mr. President Obama, when he was running for president in 2008, he said that, as a president, I will recognize the Armenian genocide. So he promised. But unfortunately, he didn't keep his promise. And he said that just to get vote from Armenians, you know, to be president. And all Armenians voted him as a president. But he never talked about that subject after being a president for some reason, and the reason is obvious. Spite of all like this denial and rejection we're getting from other countries, 25 countries has accepted Armenian genocide, most countries from Europe, but still Armenian culture is strong culture, always resists, we have goodwill, I mean strong will, we always believe that someday we're going to get our lands back. Takes time maybe, but this is the truth. Yes, my personal opinion about this, I do not respect Turkish culture. I don't want to be a bad person and take it personal issue, but like one of my foreign friends last time was telling me, come on dude, like, it's been like century, like you should open a new page with this, you know, like, you don't have to talk about this. I was, alright, I'm going to give you guys a little example about this. What if you're just chilling a Sunday morning, watching the TV, and you know, you're relaxed, you know, everything is cool, and one of your neighbors come to your house and pulls gun and kill your entire family, right? What's going to be your feeling? You're going to be like, I'm going to kill that neighbor, I'm going to punch that guy, I'm going to, you know, you're going to get mad, you're going to get emotional. I'm not saying this like, oh my God, I want to kill any Turkish that I see, or I'm going to punch any Turkish I see, but you still like, as an Armenian, there's fire in your heart, you know, you always burns you, always feel like those people did something to my grandparents, to my culture. So basically, it's kind of bad feelings. So, history is ugly. History is very ugly, to be honest. And in every ethnicity, race, and culture, we had very bad stuff where, yeah, a lot of bad things happen. So, I mean, we're in the 21st century, like this modern world, we should talk the truth, right? We should talk the truth. We should defend the right person. And we need to accept events by what they were. Denial is not a way to escape from the truth. Doesn't give conscience, doesn't give importance. So denying, we can't learn something from denial. Denial is just like hiding the truth, putting this on top of the truth. This is not the way how we should do. As people, as students we are now, the best way to put barrier against the crimes is being one hand and defend each other's cultures. Do not let the history repeat itself.